Welcome back, 312
Hey,
Eastern.
hi. Okay, today I just want to share with you a bit about the cannabis legalization thing that actually the House actually the Congress, which consists of about 200 over members, they actually consists of the House of Representatives consists of 435. They actually passed the law. It's called the MORE Act, and I just show you a video.
There's so many discussions that have gone on over the years about the use of marijuana or cannabis or whatever. The fact is, it exists. It's being used. We've got to address how it is treated legally.
On this vote, the yeas are 220 and the nays are 204.
So it's a good.
Bill is
It
passed.
wasn't like very marginal. So it was 220 versus 204. And to remove from the controlled substance list, there's so yeah, it's not making it legal, but put it under a different schedule. That means not like a dangerous drugs kind of category. So you can distribute as well. So all these criminal penalties to expunge. This is a federal level. The state level actually there's been quite a lot of legalization happening right now. Like 26 states are in for 30 states are in for like medicinal usage, and then about 20 they allow for medicinal usage as well as recreational usage. So some studies. So the Senate looks to me is a lot easier because it only consists of 100 members. So
hi everyone, George.
So basically
that massive weed killer.
So if you look at of course the stocks on Friday, there was a sell in the news kind of situation. So it's down slightly. So
by the late 1800s, there were a wide number of medicinal uses for cannabis. People used it as a pain reliever, to treat nausea, and even to soothe the gums of teething babies.
Its role as a recreational substance is about 120 years old, when migrants fleeing the dictatorship of Porfirio Diaz in Mexico came to the U.S. and started settling.
Yeah, so as you can see, it has this two usages and medicinal, like pain reliever and all that. So, and then the next one is this is talking about the banks. If they are, this particular Friday situation is actually very important for cannabis companies, marijuana companies, because it will allow them to access to the financial system, getting bank loans and all that, because before that it is a little bit difficult for banks to, under their money laundering act and all that, right, to support these kind of businesses unless federal legalize it.
Biggest issues for businesses is a lack of access to banking services, as well as the inability to get loans. Anyone running a legal cannabis business according to state law is still considered a criminal at the federal level. That means banks, including state chartered ones, are at risk of federal regulators deciding that the financial institutions are violating money laundering laws. This means multi-million-dollar businesses have to function largely as cash-only enterprises.
Yeah,
a big shift for the cannabis industry came when the Justice Department in 2013 issued what is referred to as the Cole Memorandum. The memorandum provided a set of criteria for states operating recreational and medical cannabis programs, such as preventing diversion to the black market and protecting minors and other vulnerable populations from accessing cannabis products. The Department of Justice.
So yeah, you can see the disconnection between the state and the federal. So now federal is pretty much they didn't legalize it. They reschedule the drug, means bring it down a level from like dangerous to something which is quite harmless, but still something that need to look at.
Representatives made the historic move toward legalizing marijuana at the federal level with the passage of the MORE Act. The MORE Act would not only remove marijuana from the list of controlled substances, but would also address criminal justice reform by allowing the expungement and resentencing of marijuana convictions. The legislation would also tax the marijuana industry in order to fund social programs that would invest resources into communities that have been most impacted by marijuana prohibition. And the taxes would also provide support to underrepresented communities trying to enter the cannabis industry. Even if marijuana legalization and decriminalization seem like bipartisan issues at the ballot box, Republican and Democratic lawmakers in Washington still seem far apart on the issue. The MORE Act passed in the House along party lines, with 5 Republicans voting in favor of the bill and 6 Democrats voting against it.
To me, I don't really take that as an indicator of, Republicans being against the policy itself. I think a lot of them behind closed doors will say that they think that we need to legalize marijuana.
I think the problem with many Republicans in terms of the MORE Act specifically, they are reluctant to impose a 5% and then 8% tax. And then there are various aspects of the bill that they would want to amend because it provides too much regulatory oversight by the federal government.
The MORE Act
So there's
couldn't
a tax
be
revenue as
passed
well
during the
for
regular
the
session of
government.
Congress because it's so controversial. So it was passed during the lame duck session, but I don't really see this as having much momentum going forward with the new Congress. There are still many Democrats that are uneasy with the idea of the MORE Act. And I think there are ways where we can decriminalize marijuana without opening up what the MORE Act would do, which is create a new, huge for-profit industry. It was pure, unadulterated for-profit, really.
That's another middle ground where you can actually decriminalize it, but at the same time, you can still basically put it in a schedule of less harmful drugs, and at the same time control the sale, so that all this industry will still be contained. Won't be there won't be like flooding the market with all these kind of products. And as you know, cannabis can infuse with tea, can infuse with mint, soft drinks and all that. So it might not be good for the society. So but anyway, if you look at the stocks, there was some correction on Friday itself after the announcement. Let's see what Monday brings. Hopefully this good news will bring cheer to cannabis, marijuana stocks next week and onwards. At least there's definitely some good points there. And then of course the momentum for the Senate to pass this act is of course a bit kind of slow. There's just so many other things to worry about than this sector. So thank you for watching. Thanks.